Good morning. I'm Elle Brodsky, founder of Yoga Buzz. When we first partnered with Gateway Arch Park Foundation in the fall of 2015 for the Sunrise Yoga Series in downtown St. Louis, we had no idea that we were starting a new tradition here in our city. While we're not able to practice in person right now for, the obvious reasons, we are very grateful that we're able to continue our Tuesday morning tradition with a virtual Sunrise Yoga Series. I want to say a big thank you to our partners at Gateway Arch Park Foundation for their continued support and partnership, as well as the Gateway Arch National Park for being such a beautiful background for these classes. Hope you enjoy, and we'll see you soon.
Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. I'm Dria, and I will be guiding you today. So let's begin in a comfortable seat. Whatever that looks like for you may be different. My legs are crossed, yours can be straight, or whatever, what have you. One foot can be on top of your knee. And we're just going to take a few breaths. Deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale and exhale. I invite you to bring a mudra with your hands to increase concentration during your centering. So you would just place your thumb and your pointer finger together, both hands. Your hands will come down to the tops of your knees. And you will continue to breathe. Just be mindful of how your hands feel on the tops of your knees. Feeling that connection. With each inhale, lengthen your spine, pushing your chest forward. Exhale, the navel coming towards your spine. Ask yourself, what is your intention today for your practice? My intention is to always be present in the moment. Yoga is the only time I can do that, so present is my intention. On your next inhale, bring your hands out to the sides on the mat. Inhale, bring your hands up above your head. Maybe you look up towards your hands. Interlock your fingers together. Palms are facing up now. Exhale, release your fingers. Bring your hands all the way down. Inhale, raise your hands back up. Exhale, bring your hands down. We're going to inhale those hands back up. Interlace those fingers. Palms come up. Maybe you lean over to your left, keeping the fingers locked together. And then take it back to the center and over to the other side. Back up to the center and over to the opposite side. And continue with this movement however fast or slow you may like. Remember, this is your practice. Using your breath to guide your movements. Maybe you inhale as you come up the center. Exhale as you move over to the side. Bring your hands back to the center, keeping your fingers interlocked. Inhale, push your hands and palms towards the sky or the ceiling, bringing length to your spine, in your arms, in your shoulders. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of you, all the way down to your lap, keeping your fingers interlocked. Inhale, raise your hands back up above your head, pushing your chest forward. Exhale, bring your hands back down towards your lap. And inhale, raise one more time. And exhale, bring it on down. Awesome. Alright, from here, we're going to turn onto our hands and our knees, bringing in tabletop into our practice. And tabletop, our hands are leveled above our shoulders. Our wrists are in line with our shoulders. Our knees are in line with our hips. And you're going to take your right foot and you're going to step it to the outside of that right hand. And you're just going to lean forward, then lean back, opening up your hips, your hamstrings, which is that muscle at the bottom of your thigh. And you're just going to kind of take it at your own pace. Maybe you're rocking forward and back, side to side. Maybe you're doing circles. Do this a few more times, and when you've had enough, we can go ahead and send that foot right on back to the back foot. So you're in tabletop again. And then we're going to take that to the left side. Left foot comes to the outside of your left hand. And you just do your own thing. So maybe you're, again, rocking forward and back, left and right, moving in circles, whatever you need today. Making sure you're using your breath. Go ahead and send that left foot back when you're ready. Maybe you add a few more movements forward and back, left and right before you do that. We're going to move into something called Tibetan Sun Salutation. So we're going to have our hips on the heels of our feet to begin. And as you inhale, you're going to lift off of the heels of your feet, bringing your arms up above your head. Inhale. And as you exhale, bringing your hips back down to the heels of your feet. Your forehead now comes down to the mat and your arms from behind you, child's pose. Inhale, bringing your arms back up above your head, hips off the heels of your feet. And exhale, bringing your forehead down to the mat. Inhale, raise. And exhale, lower. Remember, this is at your own pace. Inhale, raise. And Exhale, lower. Take that one more time. Take your time with this one. Really make this a big, meaningful, mindful movement. Maybe you add a back bend this time. Maybe you take your hands and you interlock your fingers. Maybe you're leaning over to the side, then taking it over to the other side. And then as you exhale, you're going to take it back down. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, we want to go back to tabletop. Alright, let's go ahead and tuck our toes. Pressing the hands into the mat as you lift your knees off the mat, pushing your hips up and back, adding length to your legs. Your heels of your feet are reaching towards the mat. This is your downward dog. And maybe you are kind of heel-toeing your feet, keeping them in place, bringing one knee in at a time, opening up those hamstrings. And then you go ahead and step your left foot right in between those hands. Your right foot comes up to meet it. And now we are in forward fold, hinged at the hips, reaching towards the mat. Head is hanging so that you're looking right in between those thighs or at your knees. Take a slight bend in your knees. Inhale, bring your hands up above your head. Coming to a stand. Exhale, bring your hands back down to your sides for mountain pose. Mountain pose is where we stand strong. Your feet are grounded into the mat. Toes all the way down to the heels and the sides of your feet. Let's just take time to acknowledge what our feet do for us. They allow us to walk. Allow us to stand. Do everyday things. Let's take another inhale. Raise our hands up above our heads. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Forward fold. Take that right foot back. Go ahead and bring the left foot back. You're going to be in a plank, so your hands and your wrists are in line with your shoulders. You're going to squeeze the elbows into your sides. Exhale, bring it on down. Inhale, cobra. Lifting your chest, keeping the tops of your thighs on the mat. Tucking your toes. You're going to go into your downward facing dog. From here, your choice. You can hop your feet up, or you can go ahead and step your feet up in between your hands. Forward fold. What we just did was sun salutation. We're going to do this one more time, but a little bit faster. So let's take a bend to the knees. Inhale, come to a stand. Hands above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Hop or step those feet back into your plank. Your choice. Bring those elbows into your sides. Bring it all the way down through chaturanga. Peel your chest up for cobra. Keeping the tops of the thighs on the mat. Tuck your toes. And you go back into your downward facing dog. Alright, from here, you can go ahead and hop or step your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, come to a stand, arms above your head. Exhale, hands by your sides. Alright, let's take our right foot and we're going to step that on back into a lunge. So just step it all the way back as far as you can get it. That front leg is bent, so your knees in line with your ankle. The back foot, you're up on your toes. The heels is off the mat. Inhale, go ahead and raise your arms above your head. And that back foot is now going to pivot so that the heel comes down. The toes are facing the right side of your mat. Exhale, bring the arms wide, forward and back. One arm is in front, one arm is in the back, warrior two. And your eyes are going to be looking right in between the pointer finger and the middle finger. And on our next inhale, you're going to straighten that front leg and bring the arms up above your head. So inhale with me. Let's take an inhale through your nose. Straighten. Exhale, bend it back down, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Awesome. Let's take that back arm, take that hand to the thigh, and we're going to turn the front arm, the front hand, so that the palm is facing up, and we're just going to slide that back hand down as the front arm comes up and back. Slight bend. Peaceful warrior. Let's go back to our warrior two. The front arm is coming now to a bend at a 90-degree angle. Forearm comes down to the top of your thigh. Back arm goes up and goes over. For extended side angle. Alright, let's take a block if we need. This is one of a great yoga prop to use. So we're in extended side angle. We're going to take that hand that's on the thigh down to your block first. Begin to bring length to that front leg that was bent. Now it's straightened. Now you're in triangle pose. Maybe your block needs to come up a bit more. This is the second level. And if you don't have a block, that's okay. Maybe your hand is at your shin. Never put it on your knee, but kind of gauge where you need it. And then we can take it, that front hand that is towards the sky or your ceiling, bring that down to the mat. Put a bend back in that front leg. We're in high lunge, or runner's lunge, I'm sorry. And then from here, we're going to step that front leg back to meet the right. And then we're going to bring ourselves up into downward dog. And from here, you're going to hyper step your way up so that the hands are now right in between the feet. It's right in between your hands. You're in your forward fold. And if I didn't say this before, your block can also be used in forward fold. From here, take a slight bend to those knees. Inhale, raise your hands up above your head as you come up to a stand. Exhale, bring your hands to your sides, mountain pose. Alright, and from here, we want to take the left foot back now. Finish straight back. Now you're in a high lunge. Arms up above your head. And from here, that back heel is going to come down to the mat so that the toes are now facing the left side of your mat. Okay? You're going to take the arms out wide. Front arm is now your right arm. Your back arm is now your left arm. We're going to inhale and bring length to that front leg. Bring the arms above our heads. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, bringing it up. And exhale, bend. Do this 2 more times with me at your own pace. Alright, we're back in our warrior 2. We're going to go into our peaceful warrior. So now that back arm comes to the thigh, back hand. The front palm is now facing up. We're going to reach up towards the ceiling or your sky. And we're going to add a little back bend. Let's take it back to warrior 2. The front arm is now coming to a bend. Comes down to the top of that thigh. And that left arm is now going to reach up and over. Extend the side angle. You should feel it stretch in that left side. Maybe we take our blocks again. And you slide that hand on down to the inside of your foot on top of your block. Or you take it straight to the mat. You're going to bring length to that front leg. Now you're in your triangle pose. That left arm is reaching towards the sky or the ceiling. Take a few deep breaths here. I'm going to take that left hand down to the mat. Let's take the right hand to the outside of that right foot. Bring a bend to that front leg. We're in our runner's lunge. Let's go ahead and lower that back leg down. We're going to take that right foot and we're going to just bring it back to meet the left. Let's extend the knees out wide. Big toes come to a touch. And you're going to take your hips to the heels of your feet. Or reach towards it, I should say. Forehead comes down to the mat. Arms are extended right in front of you. And you're in child's pose. Take a few more breaths here. We're going to slowly come out of child's pose into our tabletop. Onto our hands and knees. We're going to go ahead and take that right knee, bring it towards that right wrist, and that right foot is going to poke out and reach towards that left wrist. Go ahead and extend that back leg back just a little bit so you can feel it stretching those hips. And then we're going to be in our pigeon pose. So, options. You can be in pigeon pose. And if this is not working for you today, you can go ahead and take that back leg. Instead of having it long, you can go ahead and bring it up so that the heel is not reaching for your butt. You're in deer pose. Same stretch, different options. Then you're just going to fold over that front leg, whether you're in pigeon or you're in deer. Taking a few more breaths here. Slowly come out. We're going to take that back leg. If you're in pigeon pose or if you're in deer pose, either way, you're just going to sit over onto that right hip. Bring that left leg right in front of you. And you're going to keep that that right leg to a bend, but this time your left leg is out kind of wide, like a 45-degree angle. And you're gonna gently fold over this for a few breaths. Let's go ahead and come on out. This is a great counter pose for your pigeon or your deer. Let's go ahead and bring that leg that was extended out. So now the left foot is now going towards your pelvic floor, and you're going to send that right leg back so that the foot is now reaching towards your butt. So we can either be in deer, or you can go ahead and go straight for your pigeon. You're just going to lift up, add length to that back leg, and wherever you are, you're going to fold here. Slowly begin to come out, sitting onto the left hip, bringing that right leg out, maybe at a 45-degree angle. If you want it a bit wider for a deeper stretch, wherever you are, take that fold. And when you've had enough, you'll slowly begin to come out of that. We want to set up for these last few minutes for our final resting pose. So your legs are right in front of you, or maybe your feet, the bottoms of your feet are touching for what's called Baddha Konasana, or a bound angle pose. The choice is yours, whatever makes you feel at ease. I'm going to use my block for a little pillow. And you just take a lean back. Maybe your hands are to your sides. Maybe your hands are resting on your belly. Maybe one on your belly, one on your chest. And you just breathe. Breathing from your toes to the tips of your fingers to the top or the crown of your head. With each breath, ease a little tension off each time. Maybe you have a little extra tension in your hips today. Maybe you focus there when you breathe. Maybe there's a little tension in your shoulders, and you focus there. Just ask yourself what needs a little more care today. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing your awareness back into the space. Take your arms and bring them right above your head so that they are framing your ears. Add length, stretching out from your feet to your hands, like that big morning stretch you get after a good night's rest. Exhale, bring it on in. Maybe give yourself a big hug. Bring your knees into your chest. And however you see fit, meet me back into a seat. Let's take our hands out to our sides. Inhaling them up. Exhale them down to heart center. My hands start here in my heart for gratitude for you allowing me to guide your practice. And then it goes up to my third eye because I see you and your light. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to practice with us this morning and keeping the Sunrise Yoga Series tradition alive. Gratitude to our partners at the Gateway Arch Park Foundation for being our continued partners in this series. We continue to offer these classes at no cost and hope that you'll help to support us by sharing these classes on your social media with your friends and family, or considering a financial contribution in any amount to help keep our work of making yoga accessible and inclusive throughout the St. Louis area. You can visit yogabuzz.org for more information or to make a donation or to purchase a cool Yoga Buzz shirt. You can also support Gateway Arch Park Foundation through their website. Thank you so much.